Okay, well, we have a couple more minutes here that I'm just kind of waiting to get started in case anybody wants to join. And I'll just start talking about what we're going to do today. I want to start off right away with a meditation, getting into the self and connecting to that part of us that is consciously aware. And I'll just briefly talk about some of the modalities that I do. I do a little bit of working with parts work, and it goes along the lines of we have an internal family inside of us that was developed maybe during our childhood, about 70 to 80% of it. And it's kind of the basis of our core beliefs and our core structure. And it's made up of, depending on your childhood, it could have um, a pretty relaxed system in place with maybe a few triggered parts from time to time, to somebody who went through a pretty traumatic childhood. It can it can develop pretty strong protective parts, strong managers that need to control the situation in order to keep this part of us that was hurt, that still lives inside of us, that still feels the need to overwhelm the body with emotion. Um, and all of these parts try to manage and keep this part from flooding the human. Now, grief is one of those things that it really strikes at the core of our, safety and stability. And so it can be pretty triggering to these parts, not only to the hurt part. Some people would call it the pain body. In this particular modality of IFS, they call it the exile. Um, and then as it triggers, grief can trigger this sense of overwhelm on the emotions. And so then it can also bring forth these other parts that try to manage this part from feeling too much. But then it ends up blocking us, and we end up in this pattern of resistance to the process of grief, which is so important to go through this process. And it ends up just carrying out the suffering part of grief, which is really unnecessary. Grief, it feels like we need to suffer with grief, but really we don't. It feels intense, and then our mind and these parts want to label it as bad. And that's what we're going to do today is just take out those labels. We're going to ask these parts to just take a step aside, you know, and allow us to feel what needs to be felt in this beautiful process of grieving. We grieve for a reason. And in the basis of that grief is immense, deep love. And we're experiencing the loss of it. And therefore, we're not experiencing the loss of the love. We're experiencing a loss. Excuse me. we're experiencing a loss from the physical realm. And, these parts of us, they were developed, they came to be in the physical realm, responding to the physical realm, responding to our surroundings. And so these parts of us really live in the physical realm, and they have a hard time understanding this other realm that is beyond the physical, the energetic realm. And I mean, as I'm going through this and just thinking about it, it's, emotions are energy. And to a lot of these parts that are inside of us, our emotions are scary and they're in constant work to control these emotions. But if we just look at these emotions as energy, energy wanting to move, energy wanting to express, and we allow it to happen, then that energy can move through us. It doesn't get trapped in us as tension or as tightness or gripping. It's able to move through us, be expressed, not depressed. So let's begin from here. I think this is a good starting point. So finding your seat, finding your comfortable position. I'm going to have a little bit of water. Make sure you have some water nearby. So if you're on the recording, you can pause and go grab some water. When you're dealing with emotions that are intense, it's really important to keep water flowing. Really helpful. Okay. Let's close the eyes if that feels safe, or you can just soften your gaze. But I find that when we are working to connect with the conscious mind, the conscious being, the source, the true self, whatever you want to call it, for me, it helps to close my eyes. And first, let's just connect into the body, bringing our breath into the belly. Filling the belly and just letting the chest stay soft right now. We don't have to take big breaths. We're just trying to bring the breath down into the belly and the diaphragm. And as we breathe into our bodies, bring your focus to what it feels like to breathe into your belly. For me, I have one hand on my belly so I can feel it rising and falling. And then become aware of this part of you that is aware of your breathing. And then sort of see, where is that awareness coming from? And then realize that as you look in your body for the awareness, that is the awareness. And the awareness gives our body life. And the awareness is energy. And I feel it in several different places as it moves around. The awareness is not fixed. It is able to go wherever it needs to be. I can even take this awareness out of my body. And just sit here for a moment and consider that. My awareness is not contained in the physical. It is full of endless possibilities. It is clear. And as I know this awareness is connected to, maybe some would say spirit, some would say soul, some would say source energy. Every being has this connection. The connection to the non-physical world. So expand your awareness out of the physical. And let's see, I wish to bring in some guides to help us through today. . So I'm going to connect my energy with theirs. I'm going to connect my consciousness with theirs. And who will you connect your consciousness to? Or just invite into this space to work with us today as we explore this topic of allowing grief. And maybe it is somebody that you quote unquote lost, because they are not lost. We can connect to them, invite them into the space, see them as you would want to see them, and allow yourself to feel them. Their conscious awareness can be felt by us, and we can tune in to what they want to say. And if there are any other guides, spirits, angels, or colors that would like to join us today, just take a moment and invite them into your space, humbly, with so much appreciation. Take another moment. Begin to move your fingers Open your eyes when you're ready. And let's just go ahead and start tapping, okay? I'm feeling in my connected self, and I love and accept myself. I'm feeling in to this true self, and I love and honor this true self. I'm feeling into my spirit, my soul, my source energy. This is my true state of being. She is calm and connected and open to the full human experience. This part of me came here to have a full human experience. And part of this experience is the emotional body. All human beings feel emotions. I am feeling into my true self. And I love, honor, and accept my true self and this human experience exactly as it is. I'm feeling my true self. I'm feeling that connected energy. I am feeling the conscious awareness. I am feeling the source from which I came. I am feeling my reasons for coming, to grow and expand on this planet, through this human experience of emotions and experiences, that I came here to live. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Take a nice deep breath. Now, when you think about the emotions of grief, there's many different stages to grief. And by feeling each stage, we're able to really fully honor this process, either of letting go of the person or the home or a relationship. We grieve all sorts of things, all sorts of circumstances, and all throughout our lives. And by opening up to the experience and not shutting down to it, it just means that energy is going to move through you instead of get stuck in you. And I personally had this experience 5 years ago. My home burned down with all my things and artwork and journals and belongings of friends passed on, all very personal items. And I felt that loss deeply. And I was in a time and a place in my life where I was very avoidant and resistant to feeling this side of the human experience. And this is a very valuable side to the human experience. This is where we do a lot of growing. This is where we do a lot of building. There's so much knowledge that can be gained by going through this side of the human experience. And I got stuck in these emotions. I got stuck in my resistance, and they caused so much pain in my body. I don't know if you're feeling the same. And it was a result of, protective parts of me that just didn't want me to feel bad. But then, oof, they just took me over. And if you're in that place right now, I'm holding so much love for you. And I do want you to know you will find your way through it, but you got to go through it. There's no going around it. I mean, you can try and go around it all you want, but it won't let you. You must go through it. And I promise you, there is relief on the other side. And if at this point you are starting to feel flooded and overwhelmed, then I'd like for you to pause the video and just tap on each of the points and breathe calmly without any words, okay? Hopefully by this point, you know what all the points are, and I'm going to continue. We're going to take right now to tap into these protective parts that are just trying to keep us safe. Even though I have parts in me that are protecting me from feeling overwhelmed by this experience, I choose to accept what they are doing for me. Now, I'm also saying this, try to remain in this place of conscious awareness of the true self as you go through this, okay? We're going to talk to these parts. And even though I have these protective parts in me, and they are blocking and resisting this experience of grief, I honor why they are trying to do that for me. And even though I have these protective parts in me, they want to keep me safe, and they don't see these emotions as being safe. These emotions have a lot of energy in them. And these parts have labeled them as bad. Bad because they feel so intense. Bad because of maybe some programs I learned along the way. things that I learned from other people because maybe they weren't comfortable with my emotions. Or maybe experiences that I had where I was told I was weak for having these emotions. These parts are just trying to take care of me. They're just trying to survive. And these protective parts see these types of emotions as a threat. And so, even though I have these protective parts inside of me, and they're blocking these really important emotions, these perfectly natural emotions, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept these protective parts just as they are. And what they are trying to do for me is based in love and survival. And I'd also like to accept those who may have contributed to these programs, because I'd like to be that free. I choose to be that free. Coming up to the eyebrow. These protective parts. They see sadness as a threat. They see anger as bad. And these protective parts spend a lot of time trying to avoid and block these feelings. But these are feelings I need to feel right now. These feelings are absolutely natural. These feelings are part of the human experience. Every human being on this planet experiences these feelings at one or more times of their life. And these parts of me don't like to feel uncomfortable. And these parts of me see these feelings as bad. They divide them up, bad feelings and good feelings. And it is uncomfortable to feel sadness. It is uncomfortable to feel the loss. But what's more uncomfortable is the energy of resisting it. When we resist these emotions, they persist. They persist until they are able to move through. These emotions are energy. And if you keep it bottled up for too long, then you may have a ticking time bomb on your hands. I'm switching sides, and it really doesn't matter which side. And so I'm asking these parts of me to trust in this process. Whoops, forgot a point. Trust in the grieving process. Trust that this energy will move through me. Trust that it will be expressed in a safe way. Trust that no matter what, I can handle it. And I honor what these parts are trying to do for me. They just only want me to feel happy and safe. And I love and honor what they are trying to do for me. But I am the one who chose to have these experiences by coming to this human body to feel these human things. And I appreciate what they're trying to do for me. But I ask them to take a step aside just for a moment, just for this next half hour, so that I may feel grief fully and feel this full human experience. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes for a moment. Place your hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. If you're needing to, at this point, give yourself a hug. Wrap one arm around your rib cage, holding one arm on your shoulder. Dip your head. Breathe in slowly. Now, if that was very triggering for you, then maybe these parts aren't ready to feel these things, and we must honor that. And if you're feeling overwhelmed with emotion, drink some water right now. Keep your hand on your heart and your hand on your belly. And I would stop the video now. And you can keep tapping without words through the points, breathing through each point. And if you are ready to continue, and let's start tapping on pain, I'm sorry, not pain, on the energy of grief, on this process of grieving. I am allowing love into the process of grief. And I love and accept this process that I'm going through. I am allowing gratitude into this process of grief. And I love and honor this process I'm going through. I am allowing myself to feel this process of grief. It is quite a powerful process. And there are powerful emotions involved. And these emotions have a lot of energy. And I can feel them in my body. And I'm feeling this grief for a reason. And that reason is based in love. Someone or something was lost to me. Physically. This part of me is grieving this loss. And I wouldn't grieve this loss if there was no love there. And so I'm choosing right now to see the love in this process. And to feel the power of this process. I am choosing to allow myself to feel this fully, deeply, and completely. Because I love, honor, and accept this full human experience that I came here to live. I'm feeling grief fully. I can feel all the sensations of grief. I feel it in my body. I feel it. Name where you feel it in your body. Name what it feels like in your body. Does it feel tight? Does it feel tingly? I'm putting my attention on how this experience feels in my body. Make sure to take some nice, good breaths. I am being fully present with the experience I am feeling in my body. Keep breathing as you focus in. It is amazing the amount of energy that this process creates. Keep breathing. I'm choosing to feel this now. Side of the eye. I am inviting the experience under the eye. I am open to this experience. This person or this home, it meant so much to me. There was so much love for whatever it is. I'm allowing myself to feel this part of the human experience. To feel it fully. With curiosity and wonder. And so much appreciation. If there are tears, let there be tears. If there is anger, let there be anger. If this part of you still is present that wants to avoid, just give it some attention and let it know you're feeling this now. It is okay to feel these feelings. I'm choosing not to judge myself for these feelings that I am feeling. I am open to experiencing grief fully. Bring one hand to your heart, actually, both hands to your heart. Take a breath in to your belly. Let your chest be still, okay? Okay, if you need to take a big deep breath, then that's fine too. If you need to pause the video right now and allow some emotions to move through you, do so. If they feel intense, please drink some water. Part of the grief process, sometimes we feel alone. I know I did in my last grieving process. I just want to let you know that you are not alone and that you can reach out, even to me, but reach out to anybody. Ask for help, but also know that there are certain paths on this experience that we must walk alone. And it's okay. There are some experiences that we have that are purely just for us to experience. And that's okay. We're all going to experience things in our way. And it's probably going to be different than somebody else, might be the same as somebody else as well. And comparing your experience of grief to somebody else's, it does no help for this process. This process is purely right here in your heart. Express it. Do your best to feel the love in it. Bring yourself back to the knowing that this person or this place was energy, and energy cannot be destroyed. And we are energy. In fact, we are made of the same energy that made that other person. And when it comes to a house, and the things that were lost, there's love that was put in those things. Your love, your energy, and that doesn't go away either. Mm. Make sure to drink some water. Another thing I like to do after a heavy practice is to take a shower. If I'm feeling a lot of movement of energy and emotion through my body, when you're ready, go and take a shower and let the water help to regulate you again. And if you're able to just sit in this feeling of love and appreciation for this process, and even if it's just for a moment, that moment will grow and you're going to still feel the grief, but it's going to feel less like a burden. Mm. You're going to take the suffering out of it by bringing in love. And just beware of the ways that we try to avoid feeling these things. And if it doesn't feel safe to feel it, that's okay too. There will be a moment when you're ready. And if you are needing one-on-one work with me, please reach out in one-on-one sessions. We work at your pace. We work with your particular protective parts. And we just bring in a lot of love, but that's personal to you. And so let's end this with a practice called the 3 gestures of love. Bring your hands to your cheeks and tell yourself quietly, well, or loudly, it's okay. 3 times. It's okay. It's okay. Just like you were talking to a child, talk to yourself that way. Rubbing your hands together again. Bring in to your heart and pull up all these parts of you that were present today and tell them, I love you. 3 times. I love you. Really feel. Don't let them just be words. I love you. And we'll end on the last hands in prayer position. Again, talking to all these parts that were present today, yourself, and any guides and angels that joined us here today. Thank you. They're not just words either. Feel it. Thank you. Thank you. Mm. Thank you for joining me here today. And please follow up with any comments, reach out to me, let me know how that went for you. Um, and let me know if you're needing any support in any way, okay? Thank you.